Hi, it's Rich Tarani here. We are at the Satellite 2010 show in Maryland, and today on our program we've got RebeccaCowen-Hirsch, who's with Inmarsat, and she's the president of the Government Services. Rebecca, how are you?
I'm doing very well, Rich. Thank you.
Thank you for being on the program. Could you tell us a little bit about what your company's up to?
Absolutely. Well, Inmarsat is always at the leading edge of mobile satellite service business. And one, of course, we're delighted to have been flying satellites and providing services in excess of 30 years. We have on orbit our constellation for the Inmarsat 4, our third generation of Inmarsat satellites that are providing simultaneous voice and data on a worldwide basis for land use, aeronautical use, as well as our heritage, which is maritime use. We're continuing to grow those services and provide those to a wide array of users. Of course, my particular area of focus is on the government user globally. So we're delighted to continue to supply those services for our current constellation, and we're always looking forward to the future. So we will launch our next satellite, what we call our Alpha satellite, which again will be simultaneous voice and data, internet protocol based to complement our I-4 constellation. In 2010, we are really excited about our commercial launch of our iSat Phone Pro, which will be Inmarsat's first global satellite phone service offering. So that's quite a bit of buzz around this, and we're looking forward for a June 2010 launch.
That's very exciting. Can you tell us a little bit about the device, what it's going to look like?
Well, we plan a very big launch event associated with this, but I can tell you that the phone is, we're targeting the price point on the order of about $500 to $600. More details, of course, to follow. And this is a very rugged phone that is intended to support the enterprise user, the government user, so you can actually operate it well in an environment where if you've got work gloves on, or if you're a military user and you've got your field gloves on, you can operate this phone. And like most of our day-to-day uses, you can actually drop this phone if you need to, or the accidents happen. So it's going to be a highly ruggedized phone, highly capable. The voice quality is really fantastic, and that's the June 2010 launch.
Now, there's been a trend in the consumer space of the phones getting more gadgety and software and screens that are nice to slide and all those, touch screens, etc. That doesn't seem to be coming to the satellite market in any time soon. Is that correct? Our
phone is not intended to be trendy. It's intended to be functional and fully capable and support this enterprise user. It is a satellite phone first and foremost, so it won't look like your traditional handheld cell phone per se. It's operating to a satellite operating at geostationary orbit, so it's a good, pretty phone. One that is incredibly capable. Now, it will have voice, SMS texting, voicemail, as well as the other value-added services that you do enjoy in your daily personal communications. So it's going to be a fully capable and functional phone, as well as have GPS available on it, so that you can actually see your geolocation.
That's really, really great. So what's the outlook for the next few years in terms of the government sector and spending? Do you have any insight on that?
Well, budgets are tight across the global environment, and yet security issues, whether it's national security or defense-related, continue to be a high degree of area of focus in the governments, as well as, of course, homeland security, civil government, emergency response, disaster preparedness. So we're seeing continued growth in this area, and yet we recognize that there's continual contraction in budget in the economic climate. So what we do at Inmarsat is make sure that we've got a strong value proposition, and that you can actually accomplish those critical governmental missions with value-added services that are meaningful and relevant to that end user at a value point that actually makes sense. And our distribution channel is quite in touch with what those user requirements are, and they're our retail arm to make sure that we get our services down to the right place.
That's great. So what's next for the company?
Well, we're always looking forward. We do have 3 generations of satellites on orbit today. All of them are highly utilized and continue to be employed globally. We will launch our next satellite in 2012 timeframe. That is what we call the AlphaSat. We call it also an I-4 or an Inmarsat 4 on steroids. It really is technologically the best that you can get out of an L-band, narrowband satellite. So that'll give us some redundancy as well as additional capacity and really enhanced capabilities. We're working with our terminal manufacturers, partners, to reduce the size of the terminals because everybody's very concerned about size, weight, and power and all of those areas. So we're going to continue to refine and improve the services that we offer while we're looking at whatever may come next.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for being on the program.
Thank you, Rich. Appreciate you having me.